Hello there. This is Dr. Samurai. By the way, do you think you are a winner in today's society? It is said in San Francisco, even if you make $150,000 a year, you don't belong to middle class. 150 grand. I am a college professor, right? And normally they make around 100,000 a year. So college professors are not middle class. Something is wrong. Years ago, if you work very hard, you make decent money and with pride, right? And dads are very proud of fostering their kids and building their houses, but it doesn't work anymore. And have you been to Little Italy, like North Beach in San Francisco lately? There used to be U.S. restaurants and so many other individual, very good restaurants. You go there, meatball sauce spaghetti is like a mountain and tasted very good. But most of the restaurants there now are franchised. So I think there's something wrong today's society. And today I like to talk about two types of people, winners and losers, so to speak. There's this guy called Mr. Keita Goto. He was the CEO of huge Japanese company. He has tons of money and he owned his railways and department stores everywhere because he was being very aggressive in his manner of business. He was called like a Keita the robber. He was that aggressive to make money. But you know what he said at his deathbed? Since having so many stuff in this world, he didn't want to leave this world. So he goes to doctor and says, I am going to pay however much money you want. So fix me and keep me alive. In that miserable, struggles, he died. On the other hand, my neighborhood story, I ride bicycles to go to a convenience store and I see this very, very old gentleman, probably like close to 90s, and he is walking with his old dog because that whitish old dog definitely a mixed breed, but I know he has been with this old gentleman for a long time. So they both walk very slowly because the dog cannot walk constantly. He walks 6 feet and he stops, walks another six feet, he stops. But gentleman is all happy about it. And time passes and the dog's hind legs don't work properly anymore. So this old gentleman put this loop and he hold this loop and walk together. I was always wishing, may this time last as long as possible. Cater the robber, this old gentleman is nothing. He's like a poor loser. But to me, this old poor gentleman caring about his dog so much was the winner. Do you understand what I'm saying? And this is what is happening all around the world today. Very limited number of people have 80% of all the money that exists in this world. They think they are winner, and a lot of people believe they are the winners. But is it really so? I tell you another story. Maybe this comes from because of part of my research is about violence and stuff. But Mr. John Gotti, his captain when he was young was Neil de la Croce, Mister, right? And I watched the movie and I read the book. And at his deathbed, Neil goes only to Mr. Gotti that you see all these houses and cars and expensive, interiors and stuff. I cannot bring to the next world. All I can bring is my honor only. And Mr. Gotti, and he used to say, all I want is just a cold tuna sandwich. I don't want to beautify, those mafia world people. But there's no lie about those words. I will tell you another story. There's this dad and little boy like 6 years old. They're walking at night in a rural, muddy road. And it was a beautiful night. And this little kid goes, Dad, look at that star. Do you know the name of that star? What do you think his dad said? Daddy said, don't talk about that kind of shit and just keep walking. And pulling his little boy's hands. They are physically together, holding each other's hand, but their souls are infinitely away. You know what I'm saying? I want you to listen to this beautiful song I found, and I think this could lead to a promotion, so it's going to be legally okay. Okay, listen to this. Did you hear? This is just a tiny, teeny part of songs sung by singer Kumi Koda. She is still active Japanese singer. And you know what the song sang? It said, if I have this scene I am watching now with you, I don't need anything else. But without you, all this becomes frozen world. And here, I'll tell you big iron rule that nobody tells you, which is material wealth and spiritual wealth in reverse proportion. That means if you have too many things, your spirit goes down. And with less materials, all you have is spiritual world. Those two are inverse proportional, It's a big rule that we tend to forget. Now, let's get back to your life and my life. People are making a lot of money driving like Bentley in, luxurious clothing, cost like $3,000, $5,000. Is that a sign of winner? If you think that way and live in your daily life, it must be very difficult. But if your value is not towards that way, you can be happy anytime. There's this famous phrase in biker gang's world that he died with no money left as a real biker. I was moved that phrase. You know, the happiness in winning and losing, it all depends on your access of value. Of course, world is going crazy. I accept as an international social pathologist. This cross sign, this is no good in Japan. Okay? Now under this corona environment, government is keep paying a lot of money, especially in Japan. And it is not done in a fair manner. In a limited specific field, a lot of money goes into. Something is wrong. That is true. And you feel might possibly you are being a loser. It might be a little correct if you couldn't even afford the daily lives. It's no good. But things will change. Trust me. You know why? Those money are the money taken from us as taxes. It's our money. Huge companies and enterprises, the owner even own a jet, right? All those monies employees made. I repeat that. Taxes and tons of money owned by the owners of the enterprises or made by company members and civilians. We should never forget that's not their money. It's now this, but it is going to be this. Okay? Negative will become positive in time because that's our money. But in the meantime, I would like you to think about what you really want and where your values really are. You wanna be like the Keita the robber and show this ugly way of dying when the time comes? This is not personal, but the way Mr. Trump left the office reminded me of this Mr. Keita Goto. In Japan, the country of samurai, and my channel is Samurai Channel. Samurai, once they accept they lost, they accept it right in the spot. That's the samurai way. Some even cut their stomach like seppuku because they put the pride at the very front. Under this corona environment, we all over the world should think about what is the most important thing to us. You know, I read news that there are many houses in which, child abuse and domestic violence are increasing. They are losing what is really important, my friend. Family members, most important. And even if you do not have family, just a tiny, teeny things. You walk on a rural road and see this dandelion blossoming. And you feel this beauty of nature. Once you lose having a value on those tiny daily things and on your family members and pride and honor you have in your lifestyle, you lose everything in this crazy world, which put the most value on materials and money. I just repeat this one thing: material wealth and spiritual wealth are in reverse relationship. And please think about which way you want to die. You know, miserably attaching to this world because you have too much money of your own and you don't want to give it to nobody? Or that old gentleman to whom walking with his old dog was the happiest time, and he even put the loop for his not walking hind legs. We all have to think about it. And time will come that things will be normalized. But it's all in us that decides what's the most important thing. Okay? And this is my 83rd minute lecture. And I have made a determination that I am going to start making minute lectures, which means something to you each time. I would like to make my videos what I really wanted them to be, so that I could give you some power and positive light to keep going your everyday life. Okay? And thank you very much for listening, and you have a wonderful day today. Okay? Bye-bye. Till next time.